Learning to code can feel like you've been handed this giant, tangled map with no "you are here" sticker. It's confusing. Well, today, we're going to smooth out that map. This is your simple, step-by-step roadmap for learning Python, designed to take you from knowing absolutely nothing to building stuff you can actually be proud of. Let's jump in. You know that feeling, right? You're excited to learn, you're ready to go, but you're also totally overwhelmed. That whole "where do I even start" question is a real roadblock for so many people. If that's you, you are in exactly the right place, because that confusion ends today. We've got a plan. So, why Python? I mean, why is everyone talking about it? Well, it's not just hype. Python is kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Whether you want to build websites, get into the wild world of AI and machine learning, or just write little scripts to make your life easier, Python is the perfect starting point. To keep this from getting overwhelming, we're going to break this whole journey down into 3 simple stages. That's it. First, we lay the foundation. Second, we assemble your professional toolkit. And third, you choose your specialty. It's a clear path from A to Z. But hang on, before we dive into stage 1, let's get the single most important rule out of the way. Seriously, the biggest mistake you can make is waiting for the perfect time to get started. The first real step isn't writing a line of code, it's deciding to start today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Okay, let's do this. Stage 1, the foundation. Think of it like this. You can't write a novel if you don't know the alphabet, and you can't write a program if you don't know the absolute basics. This is where we learn the ABCs of Python. So what are these ABCs? They're the fundamental building blocks of, well, pretty much any program you'll ever write. We're talking variables to hold information, conditional statements to make decisions, loops to do things over and over, and functions to keep our code nice and organized. Once you get these down, you can build almost anything. Now here is a massive mindset shift you need for stage 1. Your goal is not to have the prettiest notes or the best cheat sheets. Your goal is to write code. Messy code. Broken code. It doesn't matter. You have to get your hands dirty. Instead of just passively watching a tutorial, follow along and then try building something yourself. A tiny calculator, a super simple game. These small wins are what build up your programming muscles. And listen, you are going to get stuck. Your code will break. You'll see tons of red error messages. But here's the secret nobody tells you at the start. Every single bug, every error is a lesson. Learning how to figure out why it broke and how to fix it, that's how you build a real programmer's mindset. That problem-solving skill is everything. So once you've got those fundamentals solid, we move on to stage 2, the toolkit. This is where we go beyond the ABCs and start putting together a professional base, the kind of stuff that's going to serve you for your entire career. The first things in our toolkit are data structures, lists, dictionaries, all these ways to organize and store data effectively. Then we'll learn practical skills like handling files and managing errors so our programs don't crash. And then, the big one, object-oriented programming, or OOP. Trust me, concepts like classes and objects are universal. You learn them here, and they'll help you in pretty much any other language you ever decide to pick up. Now, speaking of essential tools, there's one that isn't Python itself, but is absolutely non-negotiable for any developer. That's Git and its best friend, GitHub. This is how modern software is built. It's how you track changes to your code and, more importantly, how you work with other people. I want you to think of your GitHub profile as your professional coding portfolio. It's the place you show off all the cool things you're building. Recruiters will go there to see your work, which makes it just as critical as your resume or your LinkedIn profile. It's your proof that you can actually code. Okay, a quick but really important word on AI tools. Things like GitHub Copilot or ChatGPT are amazing. They're like superpowers for coders. But notice the key word there. They are skill multipliers. And what's anything multiplied by 0? It's still 0. If you start depending on these tools too early, you'll never build those fundamental problem-solving skills for yourself. So my advice? Wait until you're solid on stages 1 and 2 before you bring in your AI sidekick. And that brings us to the final stop on our map, stage 3, specialization. Okay, you've built your foundation, you've gathered your professional tools. Now it's time for the fun part, choosing where you want to go. It's time to pick your destination. With Python, 2 career paths are incredibly popular. First, you've got web development, where you'll learn frameworks like Django or Flask to build websites and applications. Or you could go into the world of data science and AI, where you'll use powerful libraries like NumPy, Pandas, and TensorFlow to work with data. Now, whichever path you end up choosing, there is a magic number, a number I really want you to remember. Any guesses what it is? That number is 3. You need a minimum of 3 big, meaningful projects on your portfolio to be taken seriously as a job candidate. And I'm not talking about another calculator app. I mean real, full-fledged applications that show a recruiter you can build something that provides actual value. So, we've walked through the entire map, all the way from your very first line of code to getting ready for a job. But a map is pretty useless if you just stare at it. You have to actually take the first step. So let's bring it all back to right here, right now. And that first step doesn't have to be some huge, monumental effort. You don't need to clear your entire weekend. The goal for today is way simpler. Just find 30 minutes. That's it. 30 minutes to open up a code editor and write one tiny, simple program. That's how this whole journey begins. And this right here is the whole point. We've talked about a lot, but knowledge without action, it's just trivia, right? You now have the complete roadmap. The only thing left to do is put one foot in front of the other. So I'll leave you with this one question. You have the map. You know the first step is small and totally doable. So what are you going to build first?